Hi folks, it's Andy and welcome to the Kendo Show. Today we're going to be talking about how to improve your men attacks, your men WAZA. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, support the channel by shopping at KendoStar.com. It's a fantastic, wonderful Kendo equipment website owned by myself, of course. But if you don't believe me how great it is, go and check out how high rated we are. We're the highest rated shop online. It's fantastic, brilliant equipment. I'm sure there's people in your dojo already using our gear, so shop at KendoStar.com. So don't forget, these videos are just my interpretation, of course, based on my own understanding of Kendo at present, based on what I've been taught over the years. If your teacher or your sensei says something different, then obviously I would always say follow them. Don't go to them and tell them that they're wrong because Andy Fisher on YouTube said this or that. Follow what your sensei says, okay? You don't have to do it the way I'm saying. This is just my interpretation. So with that said, let's get into the video. So let's look at some ideas of how you can improve your men strikes. We're going to mainly be looking at realistic, small men strikes today, rather than large swings with the shinai that you might do in, say, kirikaishi or uchikomi. We'll probably look at those in a separate video. But instead today we're going to look at small swings of the shinai, a realistic style of men strike, and things you can do to make your strikes better. So I'm joined today with my wife Miyuki, who's going to help us demonstrate some of these things. So what we'll first look at is our actual swing of the shinai. One of the things that many people struggle with when they start making smaller men strikes is having learned to strike with big swings like this and suddenly being asked to make small swings, they sort of go somewhere in between and they use their right hand to pull the shinai in this sort of way. Okay? Striking like this, you can never really make an effective strike that fulfills the criteria of Yuko Datotsu, or valid strikes. Instead of pulling the shinai this way to strike, what we want to try and do is we want to use our left hand to push the kensen, the tip of the shinai, forward, keeping it on the center line, and as much as possible. One thing that a sensei once taught me was this bottom slat of the shinai, you almost want to hide it from the opponent until the very last moment, okay? Don't show it them this way, okay? So almost, once we get to our cutting distance, we're going to keep using our left hand to push the shinai forward. Once we get to here, we're going to use our wrists mainly for that strike, combined with our fumikomi, okay? Yeah. Once we get to our distance, keep it forward, men. This way, okay? Not men. This way, okay? This is really important. If we lift our hand this way, obviously it's very easy for us to lose strike to the kote. Or even the debana men would be an easy option for our opponent because we're making a very slow swing this way. So make sure you're gripping the left hand tightly, especially with the little finger and the ring finger. You've got to grip the shinai properly as well. You can't grip it from the side this way. We're going to push the shinai forward, keeping the bottom of the shinai hidden for as long as we can without raising it this way. Okay, one more time. Yeah, and we step to our distance. Men. Okay, in this manner. Next, we're going to look at how we use our feet. Once you start to understand how to strike properly, you have to make sure that your body can back you up and your footwork can back you up. What you don't want to do is start to swing the shinai before you've started moving your body. The first thing you want to move is your body, okay? And that is by using our feet. I don't want to go from here this way. Okay, it's totally going to telegraph what we're doing. Even if I try to make that sort of small strike like this, this is something that we see. Or another thing that you see, trying to make the small strikes this way, okay, where we just try to hit with the hands and leave the body behind. You see this one a lot, right? This way, okay, this can never be considered the valid strike. So we have to make sure that our body is square to our opponent. We're using our left leg, our left heel's off the floor. Our body weight is being pretty much carried by our left leg, okay? And once I'm in my distance, the beginning of my semi, the beginning of my action comes from me starting to move my right foot forward this way, okay? Here, then, okay? And not try to hit before we move. This way, okay? The reason for this is, one, it makes sure that we make a strike with proper kikentai no ichi. This way, and not this way, yeah? Also, it means that from our opponent's point of view, it's very difficult for them to assess how we will attack. Because if I start my attack this way, okay, she can't see at this point whether I'm coming for men or for kote, because it's actually the same. If I was to strike kote, same. Okay, if I was to strike men, same. Okay, so make sure we're using our legs and our right foot to apply semi as we make our strike. So the last thing that I'll talk about on improving your men's strike is considering the position of your elbows. Sometimes you incorrectly see people try to use their elbows to strike this way, almost pushing the shinai towards the men like this. This is incorrect, okay? You must use your wrists like this and keep your elbows tucked in. It's not this way, okay? It's not correct for me to strike like this, okay? Must keep my elbows in. Just like when I do large strikes, as I raise the shinai, my elbows are tucked in. They're not spread out like this, okay? Keep my armpits hidden. If I were to open my elbows like this, you can very easily strike my kote for a start. And even if I made the strike, I'm not going to strike with correct tenuity, okay? So, to recap, once we're at our cutting distance, we're going to make sure we're controlling the shinai with our left hand. Keep it on the center, keep the bottom of the shinai hidden from our opponent as long as possible. We're going to make sure our weight is on our left leg and that we're carrying ourselves forward as we make our approach. We're going to keep our elbows tucked in and make a valid strike. Yeah! Get to my distance. Man! Okay? Something like this. Okay? So make sure elbows in, keep on the center, use the left hand, shinai down as much as possible, use the wrist to strike, and use our lower body to carry our weight as we make our approach for our men's strike. So that was all about how to improve your men's strikes. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, shop at KendoStar, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.